Well, while we're on that subject, Bill, excluding yourself, greatest 5 stand-ups of all time for you?
It's funny you said excluding yourself. Whenever I watch rappers, they always go like, "So me."
I thought I'd make it easier for you. Just get yourself out of there.
It's so fucking funny. It's like nauseating, the narcissism, and then there's something about the honesty of that I love. Well, I'm obviously fucking amazing.
But you know, when Kanye does it, you go, yeah, that's fair. You could, that's legitimate to put yourself in the top 5, and he definitely would.
Yeah, and there's something about it. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to listen to somebody talking shit about themselves. What do you say, top 5?
Top 5, all time.
Okay, Pryor, Carlin, Joan Rivers. This is where it gets hard. Like, who am I going to put in? Like, I just love so many people. These are just influential people for me. Cheech and Chong,
Go one more.
Sam Kinison. I'm not going one more. I got
He's going to give us the top 50.
You know.
Yeah.
I only don't throw Patrice in there just because I knew that idiot. And it would bug him.
Yeah.
It would bug him if he heard me and if I put him in or if I didn't. But, Mitch Hedberg, Doug Stanhope, Joe Rogan. And this is why I hate doing this. Mike Epps. I know I'm going to forget somebody.
Chappelle?
Oh, obviously, Jesus Christ.
I'd love if you said, nah, not him.
Jesus Christ. It's hard to do people that are doing it right now because you're making me look back.
Yeah.
Obviously him. Jesus Christ. Me doing that is literally like when the guy wins the Oscar and he forgets to thank his wife or his mother. The fuck did I forget, Dave?
Yeah. Dave's watching it and he's furious.
We're up to
Because you know what it was? I was trying so hard to make sure all these other people that I feel don't get
the recognition they deserve.
Yeah.
Well, we're on to about 55 at this point, man.
It's interesting. People never say Kinison. I think people have forgotten Kinison. Chris Rock said Kinison was a lost.
Yeah, what about Rock? What about Rock?
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
Well, some of those guys, it's like you don't need to say it because they're like all. I got to throw somebody in there that. Fucking Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Dude, Jim Carrey being Tony Clifton, reenacting the Kennedy assassination is one of the greatest pieces of physical comedy you're ever fucking believable. And I got a chance when I did SNL to talk to him about it. I go, "Did you work that out?" He goes, "Nah, he just saw the car and he got in and did it." And it's just like, that's just things just like, fuck, I gotta work hard. Yeah. So there you go. We did it. We talked fucking world politics right down. I know there's other people. George Gobel I liked. I'm gonna go back to the old school guys. George Gobel.
Rodney Dangerfield?
Oh my God, Rodney, come on.
Yeah, so good.
There's too many of them.
There you go. Bill's favorite 5 stand-ups.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby.
I'm glad you brought him up.
I mean, look.
Louis C.K.
Louis C.K. Dave Attell.
Oh,
Dave
Dave
Attell
Attell
is brilliant.
He's fucking brilliant.
You almost have to be just like, you got to do like, all right, your favorite comedians in New York City during this period. Because being then, it would have been Chappelle, Attell, Louis C.K. God, I'm getting so old. I got to remember the names here. They were Greer Barnes.
Yeah.
Talent.
Favorite British stand-up?
Favorite British stand-up. Oh, I saw this guy. I don't know what his name is. I retweeted it. He did some fucked up. I can't remember. He just did this completely fucked up bit. It was about a house in an attic and something that a kid saw. It was so fucking dark. I can't even remember the premise of it.
Whoever that comedian is seething right now that Bill Burr loves this shit, but can't remember his name.
If we find out, we'll put it in the video.
I'm really bad.
Yeah. What was do you remember the joke or anything like that?
Is there a comic with the last name Boyle?
Frankie Boyle.
Is it Frankie Boyle?
Frankie Boyle, yeah.
I can't remember the premise of the bit, and I saw it, and I just was fucking screaming, laughing.
Bill, you mentioned Patrice.
Yep.
He's one of the greats. What was he like as a person to be around?
He was everything. Everything was on 10. That guy was on 10. If he was being cool, he was the coolest guy you ever met. If he was being funny, he was the funniest guy you ever met. If he was being an asshole, you wanted to fucking kill him. I still have arguments with him. Like, that's how, like, the level of this guy. He's been dead for like fucking 11, coming up on 11 years. I can't believe it. But like, this shit, I'm still figuring out that he crossed the line, and I'm thinking, because I was so like, you know, slow. I wasn't up to what he was doing. But you know, I had all kinds of you know, amazing conversations, just talking about life, how we ended up where we were at, how the two of us ended up being friends. You know, I had fallen outs with them. I had like everything. I mean, it was like a fucking mini series with that guy. So there's no real way to sum him up in a few minutes. But I will say that, you know, if guys like him, you know, Mitch Hedberg, Bernie Mac, we've lost so many like amazing people. Like I often wonder, like, how many tickets would I be selling if these guys were still around? You know, just one of those things. That's another way to make it live. Keep living.
Did he influence your comedy at all? Did he ever say to you, "Oh man, you need to go like this way or that way"? Or
he used to try to do that to me in the beginning, which was funny, which was classic him, because I'd actually been doing stand up longer than him, and he'd been doing. He was already pontificating. But like, the thing about him, I remember him was like early on, he was challenging himself, like going on stage and opening with a different joke. And like when you're a new comic, when you first start, like you're a new joke. Your opening joke is your life rap.
Yeah, that's a
like,
risk,
this is
man.
gonna get me. And he's, you know, he was kind of doing stuff like that. But yeah, he was. You know, it was. We were both two fucked up kids, so we had it. You know, good times, bad times, had to like fucking take breaks from each other. I remember we used to take breaks from white people in general. And like, I had to take breaks from going down to the cellar sometimes. It's like, I just don't want to go down there and just fucking have to have all my deflector shields up and be fucking, you know, shooting claymores over at everybody. It was a fucking war. It was so stupid. It's really been glamorized, that table at the cellar, but it was fucking, what we did was stupid. We just fucking were ripping. It was funny, but we never did anything creatively. I don't know. The way we helped each other was actually coming out of that. It's really hard to hurt my feelings. Like, I mean, I can handle, like, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. Yeah, but I, you know, there's so many of those comics, you know, that, you know, I'm still a fan of stand-up, and I just, you know, miss, besides them, like, man, what would they be saying about this? You know what I mean? And like, how great would stand-up comedy be if this, like, there's like 20 of them that were, you know, better than I was. That Pat just seemed to, I don't know what happened. I don't know if I just got older and I just knew people and they were just all dying, but like, so many people just passed away that were just, you know, absolute beasts, and they were like on their way to something. There was a kid, I don't know his name because I just discovered him when he passed away. Somebody told me, and it just was heartbreaking to see this kid's stuff. And he was like 28, and the stuff he was doing and the angle that he had, I was just like, oh man, he was already great, but he was going to be somebody that really had something to say. Like he would have been great for stand-up. So it sucks.
Fitzsimmons is such a. So he came right before you from Boston.
Yeah, he was. As far as in Boston, there was that group of comics was there was Rogan, Greg Fitzsimmons,
Dane.
No, Dane actually started right out of high school, so he started in '90. I thought he started in '91, but like Dane was more my generation, and who else was up there? Like Jim Loletta, Todd Parker, fucking Robbie Prince, all of that. Those are like, you know, all of that crew. And then after that, it was I came up with like Bobby, Dane, Patrice, Gary Gulman came like right after that. Orny. And it was a great.
That's a crazy class.
Yeah, it was great. And then when we moved, and then Jersey had like Florentine and Norton and all that, and then we all just sort of came into New York at the same time, and and then all of that shit happened.
Yeah, the Patrice doc has little snippets. Thank God somebody was rolling a camera back then. There's a scene where you guys are all hanging on the sidewalk, and then Rich Voss walks up and goes, "What is this? A couple of middles? Zero laugh, a pause, and then everybody laughed at him. How bad that bombed." And I was like, "Oh, that's such a great little moment that I don't feel like we have anymore."
Were fucking brutal to each other. It was so stupid. When I look back now, I mean, it's funny, but it was so stupid. We didn't write one script, one sketch. All we did was try to destroy each other's confidence. It was just such like, it was like a bunch of abused like rescue dogs all put in the same with like one pork chop there. It was just fucking. Yeah, dude, I used to fucking have anxiety going down in the cellar, and I was just thinking of everybody. I would think like 3 fucking insults for every, just to kind of get. I was like, okay, if it comes at me, I'm gonna get it off me, and I'll send it this way, and but what if Bobby's not there? Bobby's not there. I can't use that. It's like, you look, and you couldn't look at the lineup, like
right?
You can, so you had no idea it was gonna be down there.
And then the worst is when you say one and they're like, "You prepared that." Like, I did. I thought I was going to be smarter. Shit.
We missed that. We really missed out on that. Like I guess when I first got in, I remember Colin Quinn and Keith like beating up on me when I was like brand new, and I was like, "This is amazing. This is it," But my first.
And somehow it became like toxic.
I know.
This is bad, and then like you go in there now, and it's just like, I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
it's not. I mean, I'm not going to romanticize like it was all, because I was comics going to me like, why do you sit down there? Just go down and do your spot. And if I was a healthier person, I would have been like, this isn't working for me. I'm not enjoying this. Like, I'd like to come down here and feel good about myself, not feel worse. Oh my God, the amount of shirts I could never wear again.
Right.
It was just like, I remember one time. I think it was Keith. Keith was getting so trashed for what he had on. He just stood up in the middle of the pounding and just ran out. And I remember, you can do that? I didn't know you could leave. I thought you could just sit here until it was over.
Damn. I saw Ted do that once. He sat down, everybody made fun of his sweater, and he just got up and sat at the booth and had dinner. And I was like, damn, that guy's healthy.
Yes. He was like, this is not working for me, and I'm leaving this. He broke up with us.
Right.
Got out of the relationship.
I remember when I auditioned at the Cellar, the second I sat down, I didn't know these guys, and Keith goes, "Look at him. Look how scared he is." And I was like, holy shit. Everyone's laughing at me. I'm like, this is my audition. This is crazy.
And he was right.
I was terrified.
Keith was really mean.
So funny. But he was good at it.
I know, I'm fucking around.
He really was good at it. I mean, he really...
that mean laugh.
Oh, yeah.
He just enjoyed crushing you.
Yeah.
I've said this before, but my first night there, my first real paid spot, he was hosting, and he brought me up, and he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a treat." And I was in the wings, like, oh shit, here we go. And he goes, "Jerry Seinfeld." The crowd goes apeshit. And he goes, "I'm kidding. It's some guy." And he brought me on, and I bombed. Good times.
I went up one time down there, and it was just this night everybody showed up. It was like Jerry Seinfeld, Ray Romano, Chris Rock, and then Dave Chappelle.
Jesus.
And I just kept getting bumped. And then it was like me. And the crowd was so spoiled by the time they were doing the intro. People were just looking past me going like, who is it? Is Eddie Murphy coming out?
Right.
Please welcome Bill Burr.
I do feel like if you go after them and you try really hard, I think they like it.
It depends.
You just address it. You just address their disappointment. I just went on stage and I'm like, that's right, motherfuckers. This is what you paid for. Welcome back to reality.
Yeah.
Well, I remember following, I think it was Rock, Chappelle, and then me. And once they're done going, like, that's their bathroom break. They just saw a show.
Sure.
But then once they sit back down, it's house money. Like, this is their vacation.
Yep.
They're okay with it.
Yeah, that's true. I took a girl on a date once to the Cellar, and it was one of those nights where all these people, Jon Stewart pops in, Trevor Noah, all these people, and it was her first time there, and she thought that's how it was. And then I brought her again, and she was like, ugh, this was brutal. It's just like you and some other guy.
Yeah, that's not, if the first time you go down there, like, that happens, like, yeah. I saw people in the crowd by the time they brought the third one up. I remember Godfrey was hosting, and he was just like, all right, we got a special guest. You might recognize this guy from Everybody Loves Raymond. Please welcome Ray Romano. And the next one was like, okay, this next guy you might recognize from the Seinfeld show. Please welcome Jerry Seinfeld. This next guy you might recognize from the Chris Rock show. Please welcome Chris Rock.
Wow.
And I was like, this next guy you might recognize from the Chappelle show. Please welcome Dave Chappelle. And then it was just like, this next guy's name is Bill Burr. He's been on VH1. And it's a good time to take a shit.